how on earth do you sack your interim manager within 1 month of appointing him essentially for the rest of the season? What the hell are Tottenham doing? Hey, let me know in the comments. Well, no one knows. Let me know your thoughts. If you're a Tottenham supporter, let me know how much of a shambles your club is. Tottenham are a mess of a football club. Genuinely, it was that 6-1 was the other day. 6-1 against Newcastle was monumental. 5-0 down within 21 minutes. That was like Liverpool against Arsenal 10 years ago during our title league campaign challenge, should I say. That was 4 within 25 minutes. I think it was 4 within 25. Newcastle United scored 5 past Tottenham within the first 21 minutes of the game. Shambolic. Disgrace. Embarrassing. Now, is that the manager? Now, the manager's been there for a month. Well, as a head coach, he's been there for a month. He's been with Conte, obviously, previously. But there comes to a point where, like, there's 11 players on the pitch. What the hell are they doing? Yeah, the manager, sets up the team and gives them all the motivational speeches and all that shite. But the players on the pitch, if it's 5-0 down, that's not the manager, is it? It can't be the manager. It's the players. Let you focus. And every game since Antonio Conte has left, or should we say mutually sacked, they've been utter shit. And every game that goes by, he's just been proved right with the players and all that. It's just brilliant. I love Conte's a proper. He's a good geezer. Conte. You can tell like he cares so much, and at Tottenham do not give a shit. The owner and the players do not give a shit. Daniel Levy he's just tied himself in knots. You've had the front three of one of the best front three of the past 5 to 10 years in Son, Kane, and then mixing up with Lucas Moura, Kulusevski, adding Richarlison. He's not that great, but he's adding forward talents. The guy from Ajax, what's his name? I don't remember. He probably left, didn't he? Like, you attacking talent, and since you sacked Pochettino after one bad season, or 1.5 bad seasons, you don't give him the time to rebuild his team. You say, no, that's it. We're going defensive managers. Pragmatic defensive managers. Mourinho, very good appointment, but it's completely different to Pochettino. And then you sack him before a cup final. You absolute fucking lunatics. Then you come and you bring Nuno Espirito Santo, probably the most defensive managers I've ever seen in the Premier League. Obviously, that went great, didn't it? Within 2 months, he's gone. And then signed Antonio Conte, one of the best managers of the past 20 years. Also a pragmatic coach, but all like so shrewd and so intelligent. Knows like tactically very, very nice. And you don't give him the players he wants. You don't back him. You sack him as well. And then you get his assistant manager as an interim manager. Like, Daniel Levy, he must be the most fickle owner of all time. He's up there with Ashley. Just utter. But Ashley knew he was a better cunt. Ashley knew he was a ballad. He was. Levy, I think Levy in his head is like, yeah, boss, yeah. Well, all billionaires think that, don't they? There's only in the position where they probably do have big egos and all that. Everyone's got a big ego in that environment. They're just a mess. And where do they go from here? They're still in 5th. How the fuck are they still in 5th, by the way? If we don't catch them, I'm gonna pursue. I'm gonna start swearing. I already do swear. And then they've now appointed Ryan Mason until the end of the season. Ryan Mason has been there for a while now, isn't it? Since he retired. I think he's been at Tottenham. Unless did he do some coaching in Hull? I'm not sure. But it's been, well, because he took over Mourinho after he got sacked, and Mason took the cup final. How can you take a cup final as your first ever managerial game? Levy is fucking an idiot, isn't he? He's an absolute idiot. Absolute idiot. Now he's got a poor squad now. A really poor squad. Now what does he do with Harry Kane? He's got to sell him. It needs to sort of bust the bollock and say, right, let's try and sell our valuable assets and start again and just start signing young players like they did with Pochettino when they signed Eriksen, when they signed Son. You know, obviously Kane came through the youth academy. I was supposed to say Verstappen, Vertonghen, you know, and Alderweireld, like getting young players. They need to start doing that. Kyle Walker, young players. And obviously that's going to be mid-table for 2-3 years. But they need to do it. They need to just be exciting. They've been boring crap for the past 3 to 4 years. Maybe even longer, really. But yeah, they're a mess of a football club. You know? And now let's talk about Chelsea, shall we? Chelsea wanted to appoint Mauricio Pochettino. That's another club who hasn't got a fucking clue. Do they know what they're doing? They sacked Potter to get Frank Lampard to the end of the season, and they want Pochettino. All right, you want a long-term manager. You've got Potter, you fucking idiots. I'm shaking the camera. It's so stupid and bizarre that, like, Pochettino does not fit you unless you're genuinely going to give him time, and he probably will work with the players because they're young, attacking, flair, and pace in a team. Yeah, they've got potential out of these Chelsea boys. But are you going to give him time, or you give him 1 year? I'd say, nah, you're not good enough. Get him out. Because if it doesn't say in contract, Pochettino, he's given at least 2 to 3 years. Doesn't matter what's happened. Pochettino should accept it. Unless Pochettino is really desperate for a drop, and he hasn't had one for a while. I mean, who would take Pochettino right now? It would be Tottenham. And Tottenham looking at Nagelsmann or Poch. Maybe someone else like a De Zerbi? I don't know. But Chelsea appointing Pochettino just seems so wrong in so different ways. Again, it's insane. It's actually insane. Really mind-boggling. Fucked up. Chelsea also in just fucking knots and knits and fucking everything. They've tied the shoelaces and then they can't take it out. That's ridiculous. It's just so laughable that these two clubs have got no idea what they're doing.